All right, I never really do this, but today we're going to talk about toolboxes. Now, for the last month or so, I've been researching toolboxes, and a lot of the stuff that I found was rather lackluster. Usually my go-to is YouTube. A lot of reviews on YouTube are really good on anything I buy. I like to be pretty informed before I make a purchase, and the YouTube videos were just lackluster. It was just guys standing in front of the toolbox, reading off the manufacturer's specs, not telling you what would fit where, all that stuff. Now, one in the center there, that is my 40-inch. I've had that for 4 or 5 years. It's been a good toolbox. That's my father's 56-inch Milwaukee and my 72-inch U.S. General Scratch and Dent Special. That is the new box I just bought. So first thing we're going to talk about is that one. So I bought this in 2019 at some point before the pandemic. I really liked it at the time because of its price point. It was $400 or $500, and I really liked its layout. It had the full-length drawers. I believe the Harbor Freight offering that I was looking at had cut down smaller drawers, and I couldn't have that. But I pretty much outgrew it immediately. I filled it to the brim with Icon tools. I got most of their stuff from screwdrivers, 1/4-inch sockets, to nut drivers and wrenches, 1/2-inch drive sockets, impact and standard, or impact and chrome sockets in shallow and deep. I never really realized how handy shallow impact sockets were. We've always just had deep ones, and one of them two revolving doors of tools over there. So I got all that stuff, filled it right to the brim. Down here, I had this divided off. There was impacts and grinders and whatever over here on the left, and some other stuff over here. But it was filled right to the brim. Nowhere to grow, no, you know. And there was still stuff I didn't have, stuff that Icon didn't offer. So worked with it for the 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, and decided it was time to upgrade. It did me well. It's time for something different. Went down to Harbor Freight. Another guy that worked for us had ordered a 56. There was a good deal on them. I also ordered a 56-inch U.S. General Series 3, which is basically from here over, same box, you know, 72-inch. They add on a little bit, whatever. I ordered that, and right after I ordered that, I ordered some Tecton tools because I was told it would be in a couple of weeks. So I ordered stuff that Harbor Freight didn't offer in the Icon line, like wrenches bigger than 1.25 in standard sizes, and the ratchet wrenches they offer, but I got them in Tecton. Wrenches bigger than 24 millimeter in the Icon brand that don't skip a size. I go all the way up to 32 millimeter. I don't skip anything. Icon also skips sizes in sockets for some reason. Where's my 1/2-inch sockets are down here. There's stuff getting caught because, again, I've outgrown this, but they skip sizes. We got impacts right here. Here's a 19 Icon. The 20 millimeter is going to be a Tecton because they skip that size. They don't recognize it. There's a couple other in there that they skip. I'm not going to go through all of it, but that really annoyed me. And the other thing that they do is they don't offer 12-point. Being that we work on diesel engines around here, and the John Deere and the Cat flavor, lots of 12 points to be found, you know. Rod bolts. 3406Bs don't have much 12 points to be found, but lots on the other ones. Starter bolts, manifold bolts, rod bolts, rocker hold down bolts, stuff like that. Lots of them to be found on the newer cats too. Lots of 12 points to be found. So I needed that stuff, and Tecton was there to offer it. They offer this nice storage too. And clearly I have very much overgrown it now. I crammed all this stuff in here because I didn't get my 56-inch. I was made aware I would not get that 56-inch until March sometime. That wasn't going to work for me. Obviously, I ordered it in January, sometime in January. Just not going to work. It's February now. I have this one. Not going to work with when I got all that stuff, and needing somewhere to go with it, needing something to grow into. I also kind of considered that the 56-inch wasn't going to be big enough. I'm pretty sure I'd outgrow that too. So enter this US General 72-inch scratch and dent. Now, I found out about scratch and dent Harbor Freight stuff. If you Google scratch and dent Harbor Freight toolboxes, you'll come up with it. They got a little web page. It's not on Harbor Freight's home website, or maybe it's just really hard to find there. Just Google it. The toolboxes you're going to find are going to be icons on there. I really wanted an icon. There was a black icon 73-inch. Really wanted it. By the time I called in, it was gone. I like the icons better for a couple of reasons. I like their drawer slides better. I don't like the latch system on these. And I like that they're deeper. These aren't deep enough, but we'll get to that later. But they had this when I called in. They said, would you take a US General instead? I said yes. It's got these dents on the back. There's one right here. Yep, right there. And a couple over there that are really hard to see. I don't know if you'll ever be able to see them, but this is the back of the toolbox, so who's gonna care, you know? So, into the things that I do and don't like about this toolbox. I'll be canceling that 56-inch, by the way. The way they have these latches, my first gripe, slide over latches. I know the Snap-ons, they use these. I don't really like it. I like the pull-out style drawers on these Milwaukees a little bit better. The only thing I don't like is sometimes when you're one-handed, you know, trying to grab this wrench or whatever, the drawer closes on its own. But I don't know. I like it a little bit better. I like the Icon boxes. They got a similar system with a dial on the side. I wish I had one here to show you, but I don't. They got a little dial on the side to increase and decrease the detent. And the Tectons on their website, again, wish I had one of those here to show you. Their latch picks up, and they've got two little hooks on both sides. Kind of similar to the style that I think Cobalt or one of the homeowner brands has. I like that a little bit better than these. These slide overs only have latches on one side, and it makes the drawer a little wiggly, being only latched on one side. But I can tell you, the Series 3 latch is a big upgrade from the Series 2. Now this toolbox, we got like fittings and stuff in it, just random bits and pieces. And the Series 2 just had one pull job right over here that operated the latch. So you could only open the drawer from the side here. You had to slide it over and open it, which is fine, but you can't open it from over here. There's nothing to open that. So that is an upgrade. One thing I've noticed about these Series 2, see how big that latch is right there. Can you tell how big that is? Look at these Series 3. Series 3, they downsized it, and I don't know why. See that? Look at that. They made it smaller. Why'd they make that tab smaller? I don't know, but they downsized it, so that's something to consider. Will that ever fail? Probably not. It's probably going to be fine. You can get parts for these toolboxes through Harbor Freight too, so that's all good. But into the more dire things like what fits where. My biggest gripe with these, they're only 22 inches deep. That's gonna be fine if you're working on cars or whatever. You don't have big wrenches, and I realize that they make these toolboxes mainly for guys that work on cars. I mean, let's face it, that's their biggest audience. That's what's on the road and out there the most. There's a lot more cars around than there are T800s. There's gonna be more Toyotas than there are Kenworths. I don't know what to tell you. That's their main audience, and that's what they're gonna make it for. If you're a diesel guy though, and you wanna store wrenches that are bigger, like this 1.5 inch Tecton here, you know, that's not even really the biggest wrench you'd run into. I'd like to get all the way up to 2-inch wrenches. You're gonna have a hard time storing it in this box. Now, you can lay it down, but that's gonna take up a lot of room, and the reason I like these filing cabinet Tectons is for that reason. They save a lot of room. I like my toolbox somewhat organized. I don't like them thrashed, even though mine's dirty. I like the inside organized. Now, you lay them down, it's gonna take up a lot of room. I know I'm just laying this out to show you. Look at those 4 wrenches. A lot of the toolbox is filled up, being it's not deep enough. Now, you might want to lay the wrench like this. Maybe you want to lay it in a filing cabinet style, like I got those Tectons. Toolbox isn't deep enough for that 1.5 inch wrench. It's only 22 inches deep. You're not going to fit it. You'd probably fit it in an Icon. An Icon toolbox is going to be 24 inches. That one almost fits, so probably going to fit it in an Icon. This toolbox drawer, sadly, is not quite deep enough. Tall enough, I guess I could say, because I was calling this deep, so we're going to call this tall, right? It's not quite tall enough to fit this wrench. This is your wrench drawer, by the way, if none of you can tell. That's going to be your wrench drawer. This is going to be your socket drawer. This is going to be where you want to put most of your wrenches. This wrench is not going to fit standing up, so you either got to take up a lot of room. For me, that's not an option. Maybe it is for you. So I'd like to put this wrench over here in one of these drawers. You know, this drawer is deep enough for this wrench, right? I can't put it there because I can't lay it this way. So now I got to take up one of these drawers down here, which is fine. I'm just going to put all my big standard and metric wrenches in there, right? That's going to be pretty good. It's going to work out good. I'll put my metrics over there, my standards here. Well, hold on a minute. This is why this really sucks, that the drawers aren't deep enough. You know, this 32 millimeter is barely gonna fit next to that 1.5 inch. 32 is pretty close to 1.25 inch. I think it's a little bit bigger. I don't know. I'm not good with maple syrups. I'm only good with bald eagles. So if you get close to that 1.5 inch, what do you think's gonna happen there? That's not gonna fit. I guess you could lay them, you know, metrics downsizing that way and standards increasing that way. I'll make it work, I'm sure. I'm sure I'll make it work. But you can't lie to me and tell me it wouldn't be nice to have the option to lay your big wrenches in here sideways, like a filing cabinet, you know? It would just be nice to do something like that if the toolbox was a little bit deeper. So I wish they would have done that for us. I wish they would have taken the US General line from 22 inch to at least 24. A lot of the other brands, the affordable brands, I'm not talking tool truck brands at all. A lot of the other affordable brands like Tool Vault, Tecton, anything from strictly toolboxes, Montezuma, I think they sell Gatorbuilt too. I'm blanking on a couple of the other affordable brands. I don't know. They offer 27 and 30 inch deep toolboxes, which is awesome for someone like us. And Tecton even offers a 60 inch wide toolbox with full length drawers like this one. I don't think they make it in 30 inch deep, but I think they make it in 27 inch deep, which is just, oh my God, that is awesome to hear for a heavy equipment guy. Having them big drawers, that is awesome. But I just wish Harbor Freight would have done something like that. Give us a deeper option, you know. I guess their deeper option is Icon, but even the Icons, I would like to see the Icons be 27 and 30 inches deep and have the option for US General being 22 or 24. That would make the most sense to me, but maybe, I don't know. I don't crunch numbers. I'm not an accountant. Maybe it just didn't make sense financially. And they did upgrade enough with this Series 3. They gave us a way better drawer layout than these Series 2. I mean, if we're going to talk about useless drawers, look at all these. All of those drawers are basically useless to me, at least. I mean, I don't have enough stuff that small. Even if I wanted to let's say I wanted to put my big wrenches in there and lay them down instead of filing cabinets, I can't do that because, again, toolbox is only 22 inches deep. So those drawers are kind of worthless to me. I mean, a couple of them being small, that's fine. And we're going to get to small drawers later because that thing is a small drawer nightmare. But they did better on this one. They gave us bigger drawers. I'm going to measure all these drawers for you guys too. And I'm going to give them all to my father and have him put them in the description because as far as I know, there is not any good measurements on US General toolboxes. The other thing I don't like or noticed about the US General toolbox, and this is going to go for the Icon too. The Icon's got this same power drawer setup. This is a real cool design. You know, it's got a power strip in there. You're going to put your charger in there. You can charge your phone in there. It's got a USB strip. It's got a USB-C. I don't know if that's... You know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to tell you if that's high output. All right, I got it hooked up for you guys. USB-C in, plugged into the back here with their little cord they provided. And it is fast charging. Let's see if it says... right there, it said fast charging. Phone is fast charging. I don't know if you care. I figured I'd include that. Some of them USB-Cs are not fast charging outputs, so I think that's a little handy to know. I think that's about all I can say about it that I found that I like and don't like. I've went over everything, the depth of the drawers. Some of these drawers open further than others simply because of the way the toolbox is designed. This top drawer does not open barely all the way, while the drawer below it, which is going to be your wrench drawer, opens further than the top drawer because of the lip of the toolbox is hindering the drawer. See, you know, your socket drawer is obviously sunk in, so it allows your wrench drawer to open up further, and that applies to the other drawers too. Anywhere there's tubing, whatever drawer is below that tubing doesn't open as far. It's a minimal amount, but it is noticeable. If you had something that was careening in there like a wrench, you might want to pick a drawer that is below another drawer rather than below tubing. So next thing I'm going to talk about is my father's toolbox, and I'm going to pick on him a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't take offense to it. All right, like I said, I'm going to pick on him a little bit here, so I hope he doesn't take too much offense to this. And this toolbox right here is horrible. Do not buy a toolbox like this one. The drawer layout is awful. The drawers are all too skinny, too thin, whatever you want to call it. Just not tall enough. You can't do enough with them. I don't know who they're for. They're about 1 3/4 of usable room, most of them. And by most of them, I do mean most of them. They have just way too many small drawers all over. I think these ones are more like 2.5 inch top ones. Small drawers down here. This is supposed to be your wrench drawer, guys. This is your long wrench drawer. You know, that you're not putting wrenches in it. It's just, it's not deep enough. You got your socket drawer here. This one's okay, I guess. They could have done a little bit better. I think this one's a 3-inch drawer. Let's see. No, it's 3.5. That's okay. Now, over here on your US General socket drawer, 5-inch, your smallest drawer you're gonna find on your US General. Now, this drawer is gonna be the same as those two over there. This drawer is gonna be right at, just a little, right at 3 inches of usable room. This is ridiculous what they've done here. They needed to consolidate it to different drawers. Because of the way they are, he can't put anything in them, and it clutters up the rest of the toolbox. Now, like up here, he's got stuff up here. Look at this. We got a welder end here. He's got this because our guys don't know how to operate these sometimes. Some of them just don't understand. They screw them up. So we're going to put it in this little area he's got open. It's not going to close. All right, well, surely our cutoff wheels, our Walter cutoff, this thing isn't too big, you know, we got our cutoff wheels, let's store them in there. Surely that's gonna fit, right guys? I don't think so. So, pretty much all of this up here, he's got up here because he's got nowhere to put it. And the big stuff is up there because he's got smaller stuff in his big drawers because the smaller stuff in the big drawers won't fit in the smaller drawers. Now this welder end over here, I was comparing it. I might as well put it in our small drawer on our US General so you guys don't say that won't fit in there either. It's too big, the prongs are tall. It fits. It fits in there. So, I don't understand it. Don't understand the small drawers. I never will. Because of it, again, I keep harping on it. Because of it, his toolbox is the way it is. A guy like him would actually probably really like his charger drawer, you know. He's got all of his camera stuff up there charging. He'd probably like it over here. We got Christian calling. Not right now, buddy. Not right now. So, he'd probably appreciate that charger drawer I was mentioning earlier. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. It's a homeowner special. It's got like a little rag depot over here. These Milwaukee's got a little tray over here. He's got some cool stuff, a strap, a big icon pry bar, a giant pipe wrench. My Milwaukee, for what it's worth, doesn't have those little drawers. Don't know why they did it to that one. Don't buy one of those unless you're working on golf carts and RC cars and grocery carts. Maybe this is good for you. I don't know, but I can't figure out who it is good for other than that, really. Even working on Japanese mini trucks, half of the stuff you're gonna have isn't gonna fit in a drawer like this. So change that. Don't do that. Whoever's in charge of making these cheap toolboxes for brands like Milwaukee and Cobalt and whoever else, don't stop doing that. Change it. It's not good. All right, I got everything moved over. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Starting with the socket drawer, got a 1/2 inch and 3/8 6-point sockets in here. Obviously, I'm missing some. I'm sure you'll tell me I'm missing a 12 millimeter. I don't know. There's some expansion sockets here that I haven't gotten. I only go up to 1 inch and I think like 19 millimeter. And Tecton obviously gives you a lot more room. Maybe I can add those on later. I'm missing a 14 millimeter and they give you more room over here on the 1/2 inch, but everything fit pretty good in here. I got a little spot for my various adapters and random sockets I've collected. Couldn't fit the 12 points in here. Obviously everything would fit a little bit better if I had the Tecton layout for my chrome sockets. Yeah, that's how that one turned out. Got our wrench drawer here. This one turned out pretty good. Now, for everything I said about Snap-on, I do have one snap-on thing in this toolbox, torque wrench, 3/4 drive. This was always just in that box laying wherever. Now that I got a bigger toolbox, I finally got somewhere to put it. So my standard wrenches all the way up to 1.25" fit in here. Metric wrenches up to 32mm. Yes, I'm missing a 8mm wrench. Got our ratchet wrenches in here too. There's some room in here. I'm liking it. There's some room for comfort or room for growth or whatever we do there. Next drawer down, what did I do with this one? Oh, we got our nut drivers and our stubby wrenches. These stubby wrenches would probably fit up there if I got the organizer to do it. They'd probably fit. I'd like to find some bigger stubby wrenches too. I hate that every stubby wrench that I find only goes up to 3/4 and 19mm. I'd like them to go all the way up to 1.25". Sometimes you need them. I don't know if I put anything in this drawer. Nope, room for growth. Room for growth. What we got in here? Nothing. Oh, we got our big wrenches. This is where I decided we're going to put our big wrenches. We can get our big metrics in here. Got our big standards going in. I don't think the Tecton holder is going to hold like the 2-inch wrench and whatever when I finally end up with one. But that's okay. We can lay them down in there, I guess. I don't think I did. This is where I put all the 12-point sockets. Crow's feet. Tecton makes these nice little holders for your crow's feet. It's awesome. I love it. Got our 1/2-inch breaker bar down here. All of our 12 points in both 3/8 and 1/2-inch drive. I don't think I put anything in here. Oh, I guess I'm gonna start putting air tools in here again. Stuff I don't have. A lot of air tools. I gotta go find them in one of the revolving door of tools over there. So that'd be nice to have. We got Allen and Torx bit sockets in here. We got some specialty sockets here. This is a driveline socket, 1/2-inch, 12-point. This works really nice on like the SPL 250s. The drive shaft's real thick on those. It's real hard to get in there. Some of you guys will know. Other driveline sockets, barring tool for something, maybe a John Deere, I don't know. 1/4-inch drive sockets, ratchets, a mess of extensions, pliers and O-lights and tape measures and magnets. Yeah. What else we got? Screwdriver drawer, pick drawer. Nothing in here. We got a wrench and some never worn gloves. Power tool drawer worked out good. Got room in there. It's all just kind of laid. Well, you guys can't see any of that. This black toolbox just does not show up. I guess we gotta get this thing out. Yeah, you know, not much in there. I got a drill somewhere and a couple other things I'm missing in here. I don't know where they are. Whatever. The battery drawer. I don't have all my batteries in here either. Whatever. So, plenty of room for growth, which is nice. That's what I wanted. Obviously, I did not expect to fill this right away, and I didn't want to. I would be very sad, but it gives me something to grow into. Now, what I'm going to do with this toolbox, I'm going to use it as a roll cart. Shove that in a corner somewhere. I'm not going to wheel it around much. It's just going to be my work surface. I'll stuff parts in here. Oh, we still got some stuff I didn't get out of here. Some random bips and bobs. But usually what happens to me is I'll be working on something like truck 12 over there, and I'll take the tranny out of it. And then I got all these, you know, bolts, little parts, and obviously you're not going to put a PTO or a pump in the toolbox. That'd be silly, but like these parts here, like I should have these in a drawer, not just laying here for who knows who to come and pick up and carry over here or there. And then you got these bolts and stuff, and I realized this could be neater. I could put it in a coffee can, I could put it in the cab, I could do whatever, but Be nice if it was in the toolbox tucked away where I know, you know, it's gonna be. And the reason I don't want to roll that 72 around too much is this shop is kind of small. This truck's like 36 foot long, and I opened the hood. I had to ratchet strap it open just to keep the hood open. So that's why I'm not gonna move the 72 very much. I'm probably gonna shove it over there. So I can put all my parts to various projects in it, because I get on a project like this, I start it, I don't finish it. There's bolts laying everywhere. They're in coffee cans in the cab. They're on the steps. They're wherever they are. Whoever's helping me is also putting them random bits in places. I'm gonna put some organizers in that toolbox, and then I'll be able to lay them in there. And I get off this job, and then I end up somewhere else. I end up over there, like I was the other day, today, working on the 8110, doing something to that. And then, you know, all the bits and bobs for that tractor are over here, kind of in an organizer, I guess, of some sorts, and they get lost and whatever. And the top of that Milwaukee toolbox gets mounded up with stuff, and that's how I'm gonna use it. I'm just gonna fill it with, you know, little parts, pieces. Like I said, you're not gonna shove a PTO in there. You're not gonna shove a flasher arm to the tractor in there. You're not gonna put a whole rebuild kit in here to the engine. You're not gonna put that stuff, but that stuff's easy to keep track of. You know where that is. That's laying over there about on the floor. You can see it. That doesn't just walk off. It's the little parts and stuff I'm gonna put in there. Use it as a roll cart. I'll be able to come and get tools out of this thing. I really like the Tecton organizers. I got to get more of them for other reasons than they make a lot of sense here. All the sockets, see how I'm turning them just to, these ones are all locked on. But what these organizers will allow me to do is just pick them up and take them with me. And, oh, that's great. I thought I had them all locked on, and I didn't. They twist on. But you guys get it, and I'm putting them all on in the wrong spot. This is a blooper, and we're gonna leave it in for you guys to see. See, they twist on and off. Like, I can pick it off now, twist it on. Now I can pick the whole thing up, and I can upside. Oh my God, maybe this isn't such a good advertisement. I promise it works. I didn't have that one twisted on either. Take 3. Look at that. See, they don't fall off. I don't know why you'd just go around doing that, but the point is, you can take them out of this toolbox. You can put them here. Take them with you. You put them here. Take them with you. Very rarely do I need everything that I have. And I can also come over this toolbox, use it to work on, maybe, you know, wire up a radio for the 8110 or whatever, you know, I don't know, work on little things on top of the toolbox. That works. I'm not gonna do it right now, but that feature works on these bigger Tecton racks. You can pick these things up though, take them with you. One thing I did notice, I don't think I mentioned it yet, I'm about to. No, there's some in here. These fit, these Tecton things, see these? There's long ones and short ones for the sockets. There's short ones right here, see? These ones are shorter. You know, these ones are shorter than those ones, see? Yeah, obviously. These long ones I had in my Milwaukee going this way. They will not fit in, well, it looks like it's gonna fit. Look, they don't fit. Here, I'll show you better down here. I still don't know what I'm doing with all this stuff, so bear with me. There you go. Look, now you can see it. Look, see? Doesn't quite fit. It's like pushing out a little bit. But this fit in my Milwaukee. Watch. We got our deep drawer here, our spaghetti drawer. It's all fucked up from having too many big sockets in it. That fit, see? It fit. These are both 22-inch toolboxes. So, I guess that's something to consider. Score 1 for Milwaukee. I know I was dogging the Milwaukee over there, but I guess that's one thing it has is its 22-inch is actually a little bit deeper than Harbor Freight's 22-inch over here. So yeah, now I gotta get that back in there. Whatever, we're gonna close that, leave that. Later we'll get that. I'll get that. So that's the end of it. I don't know if I did a good job on any of this. I'm pretty sure I just rambled. But I wish I knew that stuff on this US General before I bought it. Like I said, everyone else just kind of did this. This toolbox, you get it from Harbor Freight. It's a good toolbox. Holds up real good. Tough enough. Cheaper than Snap-on, almost same quality. Very good toolbox. 72 by 22. And that's what they do. That's what they do in the videos. I did a whole video for them actually. So I don't know, but like I said, I don't know if it's any good. That's what I'm gonna do. And use this as my roll cart. Random bits still in here. Rear end trophies. I think this is a piece of a connecting rod out of the 8110. And some super glue. And a Cummins badge. I don't know what. That's disgusting. A block heater. Oh, there. Got our die grinder right here. This is like my favorite, one of my favorite tools. So, alright. Have a good one, or catch you at the next one, or see you down the road. See you later, alligator. Hasta la vista. I don't know. One of them things. See you guys later.